Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome back to NFT Live. We left for about a week, Gifdead. We are back here in the studio. Thank you guys for tuning in early. Yes, all the travels have been commenced. All the floors have been floored. And I think we have only up from here, man. What's up? What's going on? Also, disclaimer, I got COVID. Sorry we're starting late. I'm going to try to fight this brain fog for the majority of the episode. What's up, Gif?
Yo, you're back, and that's what matters, Q. Smash the like for this guy battling through the Rona to bring NFT Live to the masses, to the people, to the friends out there who actually hang out with us on a Monday. We appreciate y'all. I'm rocking my new Moonbirds hat today in solidarity with the Proof Collective, the Proof community. You know, they're going through their own ups and downs, but got out there for a very special event yesterday where I got to meet the one, the only BiggiePoppins and some other amazing people IRL. I'll try and actually pull up a photo here in just a couple minutes. I need to actually figure out how to do that. But yeah, shout out to the Moonbirds. I feel like I'm slowly getting indoctrinated a little bit into that community, which is cool.
Yeah, definitely a good community there with Proof and all that's happening. We'll cover the breaking news as well. Justin Casey, Prodigy, Jawa, Easy and Crypto. We're going to allow people to hop in here. We did go late or live a little bit late here today, so we're going to allow people to hop in. We're going to share out the episode, all that good stuff. Yes, we did have the breaking news there. I do want to cover big winners here over the next 24 hours or the last 24 hours, which is going to be Velocity Series taking the top spot. That Redbull Velocity Series is still pumping over the Snowfro speculation. Artifact is up 20%. Ether Avatars up 19. Sappy Seals up 12. Big losers, Moonbirds Oddities minus 20%. V-Friends down 20. Pirate Nation down 18%. And Fluff World down 8% as well. So that's kind of the market moves on the day. We haven't been here for about 5 to 6 calendar days here. So a lot of stuff happening over the weekend, over the last week as well. Beeple's event kind of took the headlines, I think, over the weekend for sure. It looked like people were having a great time there. I do have some other things to cover. I think VCon 2024 being in LA is a big thing we need to get to as well. But yeah, we'll get into all of that here in just a moment, guys. This is NFT Live. If it's your first time here, we cover the NFT and Web3 space every single day, unless we are traversing the planet, which we were last week. So we will be doing that all of the next hour. We appreciate you guys showing up, and leave a like and sub if it's your first time here. If you're on X, if you're on Twitch, we love you guys too. If you're here afterwards, y'all leave great comments. Gif, you just got off hosting the GM Web3 morning show. Again, sorry I wasn't there for the first hour. It felt like I needed that extra hour sleep, you know? I'm just trying to power through this. But how was that morning show there talking Friendtech with a former SEC employee?
Hey, do what you got to do. Get your sleep. Sleep is very important. First of all, We're not financial advisors here, but sometimes we LARP as health and fitness gurus. And I'll just say sleep is very, very key, very important. So yeah, get your sleep, man. Happy you're able to join. Yeah, Alex Damsker, I guess formerly worked at the SEC. Big brain on the legal front, knows a lot more than I know, at least I can put it that way. Hopped in and educated us a little bit on a couple different things. Yeah, so shout out Alex. Great to have her. Hopefully we'll see her more on the shows. But yes, I was actually a little bit surprised. She did talk briefly about her take on Friendtech, and it wasn't as negative as I think any of us might have expected it to be. She's actually doesn't see anything wrong with it. She's over there on it. She actually sees a lot of potential in the application, in SocialFi. So yeah, it was great to get her take. She doesn't appear to have any real concerns about the security aspect of it. Is it a security? How we test any of that? None of that seemed to come up. So yeah, all right, surprisingly positive, actually.
Yeah, that's been my experience as well. I know people are fading it. Another thing that we need to kind of add in here as well on that Friendtech front, honestly, a couple of different things. But the airdrop for base users, Friendtech is built on base. If you're active on Friendtech, you might be getting a double airdrop. You're getting the airdrop from the actual app, and then maybe you see the Coinbase base airdrop based on activity as well. So there's a little bit of speculation.
That's definitely speculation, but it's an interesting speculation for sure. And the way what he's talking about, just let's be super clear here. This quote unquote double airdrop. Friendtech has its own token app, native app token that they're airdropping each Friday. They've been doing that. So a bunch of people, a lot of people seeing a lot of the quote unquote blur farmers moving over there. It's because you're getting these airdrops of some kind of point system that'll probably be a token at some point from Friendtech. But as Q, you just mentioned, because it's built on Base and all of that activity is, at least in theory, or not in theory, it is being tracked somehow, somewhere on the Base protocol, that if there is an airdrop, which all of us are starting to feel like it's more likely that Base does do a token launch, then you might be kind of double dipping. That activity may be serving you across multiple different airdrop opportunities, which, if so, is a pretty awesome opportunity. That's a pretty big deal.
Let's jump into the stats here on Friendtech. Theme, I think we're touching on volume, total value locked. So return users down a little bit, but we did see total volume, daily buy volume, a lot of speculation around the day of the airdrop. So I think they've done a great job of doing this every week and kind of having speculation and people talking about it and getting hyped up on it. I think it definitely is really cool. Major milestones hit this weekend: 300,000 users, 5 million keys traded, 10,000 plus ETH in fees. So yeah, the 3-3 trend is continuing. I think, so I've been on there, obviously, like personal anecdote. I think I threw about 2 ETH in there. I've been somewhat active. Okay. There's people that are just in there ranging from their entire day snuffing Adderall to, a little bit more active to not at all. Jordan Lyles is an interesting case because Jordan isn't active at all, but whenever he does post a GM or something, you see his keys get bought up by people who are like, oh, is he coming back? Like, this is, he's obviously a bigger NFT.
Nice. Yeah. Must be nice to just GM and everybody's buying That's your fair. Keys off of a fucking GM. That's amazing.
Hey, the man's put out some cool products.
If you got it like that, I mean, lean in, it's like flaunt it if you got it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Thank you, Easy. Nice sweater, Q. Left Action House saying Friendtech is dope. Guys, if you are in the chat and you have any experience with Friendtech while we're talking about it, I would definitely like to hear your experience or what it still is a hotly debated topic, right? Like, people don't want to use it. I would love to see that Kane post as well if you want to throw that up. But there are still people on both sides.
Well, that was an interesting other point from Alex's take on it, is that she was around during BitClout. And she was like, I feel like it's not like BitClout at all. She actually said it's nothing like it, which I was took me back. I was like, really? You don't think it's anything like it? I think she's looking at more from the tech side of it and maybe the way that it's launched, She feels like, again, Friendtech doesn't have a lot of the same issues. One of the clearest things that she pointed out, which we've talked about, is the fact that BitClout didn't even have an off ramp. So I think that's one of the things that she's like, this is very different from that. But I was just kind of surprised to hear her say that she felt like it was nothing like BitClout, because on the opposite side of that conversation, you have Kane Mayfield's take, where he's obviously pointing out the energy around that drives a lot of it.
He's not using it.
Yeah, and that's fair. That's fair. But he's also not wrong that a lot of the energy and the people that do use it have a particular essence or je ne sais quoi or motive. And you also then brought in another interesting part of it, is that because it's a social game, there is actually a large cooperative element to this. If you want to play the game cooperatively, you can choose to do multiplayer mode, and then it doesn't feel as PvP. And that's actually, I think, also a valid and interesting take on it.
It's, personal anecdote, again, just using my experience. And that is one thing where I'll point to what Alex was saying this morning and what Kane's saying in that post. We asked Alex about it because she's I believe she's a lawyer, and she is literally hopping into the app so that she can then go back to her clients and say, hey, look, this is what this app is doing. This is how it's related. So when Kane kind of comes out and says, hey, XYZ, it's like, bro, you need to hop in and actually use it before you actually call it BitClout or not BitClout. So Kane has great takes, and I'm all for a lot of what he's got going on, but I think he needs to use the app if he wants to be super critical that way.
And that's why I hopped in it, right? That's exactly why. It's like I want to be a
Same.
practitioner and understand these things because we're talking about them, we're covering them, and they obviously matter. Like there's a lot happening. Like I think you're just showing the numbers. TVL over 50 mil now on
Yep.
it. Crazy numbers happening. And again, even Alex, yes, she is a lawyer. She quoted herself at $750 an hour, by the way. But even Alex saying, I think there is some wood behind this arrow. There's a there. There's something happening here that's interesting. We've been talking about SocialFi is kind of going through its own moment, and 2024 is probably going to be freaking massive for SocialFi.
So we're going to stay a little bit on the friend tech piece because I do think it plays into what we're seeing on the NFT side now. Like we're looking at price floors, we're looking kind of just sentiment, like when the fuck do we get out of this bear market? And we see a little bit of at least like some type of floor that we've hit over the last month in September to now being in October where we're seeing green floor price. So we are going to hit on that. I definitely want to get to the comments as well here. Prodigy saying y'all don't even game. I don't know, where are you throwing that out from? What energy is this that you're manifesting here in October, man? I don't need that. Mark Lower Powell is saying Doodle's going to pump. We can hit that question as well. Obviously, though, we are not financial advisors. Do not take any of what we say and use it to invest in different products and the like. Dax is back, sicker than a wet dog. But dude, I'm here with you, brother. I think I got COVID on my trip out to West Texas. And Gif, let me follow this up. I know I've been like up in a pulpit here for a second, but it's really cool to have IRL events. It's really cool to meet your friends that you're interacting with in the little M metaverse here for a while. And this just warmed my heart this morning. That photo. Our very own
bro.
Biggie. What is this?
I want to let's see if I can share my entire screen here. I can't. Let me see, because I got a few more photos. I want to open them up. How can I do this here properly? Because yes, this was a special moment. Here we go. Let's see if I can't. All right, this is annoying.
Send it to me on Telegram or something like that.
All right. Anyway, yes, that is me meeting the one, the only BiggiePoppins. I got to meet Mrs. Poppins yesterday as well. I got to meet Eli, the head curator for Proof, Philip, A-Dub, Nix.eth. These are just some of the new cool friends that I got to meet out at the at the foundry. Oh no, what did Prodigy start? Now we got VGF hopping in here. Y'all aren't even real gamers unless you subscribe to the same type of gaming as I do and play as much or more than I do. Yo,
that is the sentiment. Thank you.
Point.
Somebody
That's the energy. That's the energy that Prodigy's throwing out here.
That's courage, to be honest. Yeah. That someone finally had to say it. You're not a gamer if you don't play as much as I do, and specifically my game. And I don't want to see NFTs in my game either. Okay.
Yeah.
Scammers.
Scam.
All right, we do actually have a gaming update. Several, obviously, like the fucking gaming market is picking up if you've been paying any sort of attention. But Parallel came out with season 3. GIF, this is the time, man. This is the time to get back into Parallel. I've got a bunch of tools later in the episode that I'm going to share in about a 5-minute window for those that are interested in Parallel. But essentially, season 3 is launched. You can buy, and I'll say the details, but you basically buy a $20 premium pass and you get access to a lot of really cool features, including a limited edition, like first edition, and a chance at a legendary card that's being created for this season. So hopefully you follow me on that, folks. But yeah, a lot of really cool things. Ranked ladder board reset this morning at 10 a.m. So definitely excited. What did Biggie's wife say about your pants? Jawa saying PJ. Can we let's get a poll going on this Monday. Let's get a poll going on this Monday for Gifdead's pants. I'm gonna put a rating here for y'all. It's gonna be all over the place. I'm just excited to see the results of this poll. You okay, Gif? You don't like this poll idea?
I love it. Flame me. It's the only thing that makes me feel alive at this point. So
all right, I'm getting that poll up momentarily, folks. So Dax is saying Wordle with ZK rollups all on chain. W staking and winners get the pot. Where is your 10,000 hours on Factorio? I'm trying to follow the topics and the projects that he's dropping here. So I don't know if you can help me out. I'm trying to make that poll at the same time.
Nah, I'm not familiar. I'm over here trying to get some photo action for y'all. Yeah, I mean, look, parallel is definitely something that I need to dig back into because I've been slacking on that. But it's exciting, man. It seems like parallel is getting some legit traction, and that a lot of people are loving it. So I don't know. Maybe I can't be a Shroud man, and maybe that's the real problem.
All right, guys, I got the poll up. Shroud is, I'll save my piece till the parallel part. All right, Gifdead's pants poll is up. We're making this happen.
Thank you for that.
All right, video games. VGF saying on-chain closed beta for Battle Plan, Generative ID, and Founders DAO holders going live in the next week too. VGF, if you're here and you're talking about access to a closed beta, the community members here would love access to a closed beta, and the community that's here watching the videos afterwards, as well as our live shows. If we could somehow get them involved in this battle plan, we'd love to do so. On the gaming front, I know we're all around the map here too. We do have Play Shrapnel, which is a huge shooter game here in the Web3 gaming space. Like, definitely, I would put it in the top tier when it comes to what's expected of them in this next run. So yeah, big shout out to Saigo for making that happen. And we will have them on Thursday to talk Play Shrapnel and everything they're building. So, all right, one out of you're getting the a WTF GIF on the first couple that are coming through here. If almost 50% are rating it between 1 and 3 on a scale of 10.
Perfect. Yeah, this was a winning poll from the jump for sure. I love it. Oh shit, is this gonna work now? Hold up, I might actually have some awesomeness to share. Okay, here we go. There we go. Is this working? Y'all can see that? There you go. You can judge my pants from many different angles now.
Wow.
We have that is the one, the only, the legend, Perrin Hidari. Got to hang out with her. Absolutely love her. Let's see. I think I got one more with her somewhere. Oh, nope. All right. We got NFT Poppy, Braden Russell himself.
Oh, shit.
Got to hang out with him. One, the only. But then, most importantly, y'all know what it is. Meeting this man. First time. Absolutely epic. And then we went to Bestia for dinner after we left the foundry. But yeah, there you go. I just worked very hard in the background to make this happen. I hope you enjoyed it. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
Let that affect your poll.
Getting to meet Biggie and his wife was amazing.
That is sick. That is sick. That honestly, I saw that this morning, and despite feeling like absolute asshole, this made my morning. It's
look,
I can't wait till we all can get together.
Yeah, that's the local news that we needed, and I'm glad it made you feel good, because really the reason why we took those photos was to rub it in your face that you weren't first.
Got it. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah, cool. Just take every positive vibe that I had. Got it. All right. We were talking about Friend Tech here, so I want to get back into it. But here's kind of the rundown for the day. We're sitting like 20 minutes into the episode here. Shout out to everybody who's chattering away there. And those of you that tune in afterwards, we love you guys as well, man. Like the content afterwards has been, from the people that can't catch us live, has been awesome. What's going on?
These pants comments are cracking me up. That's all.
All right, here's the dashboard. I have a breaking piece of news from last week that has some local feels to it as well. I do want to end this Friend Tech conversation with the Blur Farmer situation as well. We have a Proof announcement here that Proof was reducing their team essentially. Goblin Town's potentially getting a game. Beanie and Luca went at it late last week. LACMA Iterations went live last week as well. We didn't get a chance to talk about that with y'all.
Beanie got bodied
hard.
Dude, look, I'm not big on Schadenfreude, but like when you see a troll who thinks they're way smarter than they are, just like trying to walk back / explain themselves, like it was amazing. And shout out to Luca. We need real leaders like that stand behind their beliefs and can, in a classy way, beat back the trolls and the fudders. But also maybe the most important news story here, Marty McFly he's bullish on something. He's positive on Friendtech, saying there seems to have to be a lot of positives about Friendtech. Wow.
We
wouldn't have seen that in the bingo, in my cards this morning. There you go.
We beat down his contrarian wall there on Friendtech. I think we finally got him there. Shout out to Mike Finch. I think it was like a group effort that finally got him to access it. We were talking Friendtech here earlier in the episode, and we've gone kind of all around. It's been a long time since we've seen y'all, and we do have important. We have that very important Gifdead. What's FUD?
This is FUD from Squash Man. My pants are one of one, hand painted by an artist. There's nobody else that has my pants. How dare you assume that somebody else could wear these same pants? They were literally hand painted, one of one that I bought from an artist. So just know.
I always feel bad for the people that are in here that are like, "Can we get to the news?
You wanted to start a poll, guys, and make it a conversation."
If you want all of this kind of wrapped up in a very short form, like let's give you the updates. We actually do have a product called the Rehash where we kind of update you there on all the happenings without all the local news. But we enjoy obviously the community vibes as well, so we have to get into that. All right, let's wrap up on Friendtech because I saw this from Jimmy.eat this morning, and the prevailing kind of sentiment here is that Blur farmers are moving to Friendtech. That's the main thing here. I will pull up his tweet. It was just basically a Kermit meme, and it goes to Eric EB7. Blur farmers move to Friendtech. NFTs no longer dumping daily. Yet for months, you absolute morons were saying Blur is not the cause on every one of my tweets. Market is just more efficient. Absolute, and I won't even say it because I'm partial to our YouTube channel here. You obviously saw the response from Jimmy there. There's another tweet that I want to show related to this, but you get the point. People are basically saying, hey, look, Blur farmers have moved on, and we actually have some price movement that is positive for the last 7 to 14 days. Whether that's up for debate, that's what we're kind of here for. I want to hear from y'all in chat. I want to hear from Gifdead as well. What's up?
Well, sorry, we are y'all. It's Monday morning. We're
not
back
changing from this topic. After
we're back after a week. I know we're literally hopping all over the fucking place. This is maybe the most chaotic, schizophrenic episode start we've had. But you were pulling up floor prices, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to touch briefly on Pudgies on something I heard, but but if you want to wrap up the Friendtech combo and Blur, it seems obvious to me. We know that there's very limited liquidity in the NFT Web3 space right now. Like over 50 mil is now over on Friendtech. The farmers are going to go where they can farm. If the farming's good over there and it's not good on Blur anymore, that's where people are going to go farm. So it makes sense. You see the liquidity leaving Blur and you see liquidity going into Friendtech. So I don't know if there's anything else to say on that.
Well, I think the idea that Jimmy's touching on here is that that's the reason that we're seeing the bottom. And I really responded to this like earlier in the morning when I was still obviously like feeling it. But I'm basically saying all gaming projects, all metaverse tokens, all NFT tokens on the cryptocurrency front are still down 90% plus. And we think that somehow Blur farmers are the cause of getting us to this point. And that somehow without Blur, the NFT market would look insanely different than the majority of the crypto market, which you mentioned earlier on your GM Web3 Morning Show, that it actually predates a lot of the movements than NFTs do. And NFTs are a very lagging indicator you were mentioning of the market. So again, my take here is that we were going to end up here anyways. I've said that ad nauseum, so we're not going to go into that. But it does look like we've reached some sort of price floor. And I think it's valid to say that Blur sped a lot of this up, right? So that's kind of the conversation I was looking to have. We are seeing, NFT Price Floors do extremely well in the last, again, month. But could that just be a general, sentiment floor and where we're here?
Look, if it's hard to know, if we're just kind of looking at the high level, initial data of how things are going, like conclusively what percentage of the positive momentum that we're seeing is because of less use of Blur, but there seems to be a correlation, and that would fit very neatly into the things that we've been saying literally since Blur launched, which is that there's a negative feedback loop. Blur is literally like killing the NFT floors, which I was saying for a long time, and I felt like I was getting a lot of pushback and hate on that, and then eventually
pushback against that.
Well, I feel like Q, you kind of came around eventually saying, it does seem like they're kind of bleeding the space dry a little bit, creating some negative incentives.
I would like them to update that. You know, it kind of ties into the next tweet, and I want you to continue, Gift, but that you set it up perfectly. That D farmer saying, "All right, Blur, please do one right thing. Now that every Blur farmer gave up and moved to Frentech, and NFTs are finally bottomed, please, for the love of God, just drop the token, give the community their stimmy, and let's move on." Like, that was my pushback to Blur. Was like they just sat there for 8 months without an update to the since they launched Blend, there wasn't any product updates, and they said nothing about the incentives they were creating. So in that sense, I do agree with you.
Yeah. I don't really have much else to add to it. Honestly, I feel like the idea of them not really doing a lot of things right for the whole space. I agree with that sentiment. VGF in here, maybe dropping some breaking news saying Satoshi tweeted for the first time since 2018, like an hour ago. I'm trying to find this.
Can we not? We can't have nice things, man. We can't have nice things. I've got it.
Bitcoin is a predicate machine.
Bro, what the?
What is this?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Predicate machine? What?
Best thing that can come out of this is that the account was hacked. The best thing that can come out of this. Was Satoshi actually tweeting from this account? I have not looked at Satoshi's tweets in his there was a tweet in 2018. So
yeah, so it's not. Sorry, we're trying to make sense of this.
It's not anyways though. Can't move on from this. So it looks like there was a tweet in 2018. That makes me feel better. So people knew at one point. This wasn't like this account tweeted last in 2008. What the fuck? Who did we get to the bottom of this the last cycle? Because this is October 30th. This is October 31st, 2018. Did anybody get to the bottom of this last cycle that we can just like update and move on from this? There's a lot of tweets here. Someone has control of this account and the market didn't tank last time. Maybe.
I'm over here trying to understand what predicate machine even means, and I'm struggling to get a clear definition. This
bets.
Yeah, it might be. This is.
I love that it's like, oh yeah, you know, NFT price floors feel kind of bottomy. Crypto sentiment's increasing. Let's get a Satoshi tweet. Bam.
We had some positive momentum this morning. Is it all just crapped up? Yep, we're seeing a downtick.
Are we? How bad? How bad? Is it bad?
It's not crazy bad. It's not crazy bad.
Oh no, we're good.
It's not crazy
bad. Yeah.
This space is ridiculous, bro.
I came on here today to be like, look, it looks like everyone's having a good time. Frentech making some money. NFT price floors.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So the last tweet from this guy, who quote unquote Satoshi, but obviously I don't think the chances are good that this isn't Satoshi.
Yeah.
Tweeted in 2018. So who the fuck is this person?
Yeah, I would not expect this to be the real Satoshi Nakamoto. I don't think it is. So I honestly don't want to give this more. I don't want to give this more gas or oxygen.
VGF with the best comment. The sim swap to end all sim swap. Sim swap to end all sim swaps. I mean, it's yeah. I guess they just had the Satoshi Twitter handle, but how would they get that? You think Satoshi would have Satoshi's?
When was this registered? Is my question, right? Like,
all right, we're gonna get out of this because a lot of it's speculative. It was registered in May 2018. So
give me a fucking break. Yeah. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Now I don't know if it's my connection, but now.
Oh.
I love like the timeline that we go through. This reminds me of that horse drop where we went through it live. This is
dude, the Mercedes drop. Bad. Yo, we got to follow up on the Mercedes drop. That was more recent and more ridiculous. So at some point we got to do a debrief. It doesn't even have to be today, but we got to debrief.
Who threw that grenade? Who threw the original grenade? Was it VGF?
Yeah, it was VGF.
VGF, you just a well placed.
Thanks, bro. Throwing our whole show. We were so on track up until that point. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. All right. You know, on the crypto front, this happened last week. And I got to say, I got to pat myself on the back for this one. SEC delays decision for BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF. So you guys,
why are you patting yourself on the back? Are you a Fed? Yo, start a new poll. Is Nifty Q a Fed? That's what I want to know.
Don't change the poll on me just because the highlight's there. Look, you guys thought BlackRock was this like, let me wave a magic wand and the regulators are going to do what I say.
It's going to pass. It's still going to pass.
They have till I think January 14th or 24th. I need to be right on that. But they're going to have another decision here soon. All right, Prodigy, Marty, VGF.
J-Yacht over here. This is all nonsense. Yep. Welcome to the show. This whole space is.
God, I had a mini heart attack, man. Wow. All right. Okay, let's put this back on track with Gifdead's pants poll, and I'm going to end it here. So, final results from Gifdead's pants, and remember, let's bring up the original post for those of y'all that aren't here. This is what we are essentially voting on.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Where's the results? Why am I YouTube? Feed me the result.
Why are we not doing a poll on Biggie's pants?
Biggie's got like standard joggers on. What are we talking about?
This feels racist, is what I'm saying.
Okay, there it is. Gifdead's pants poll went final. 50% of y'all said WTF. 28% of y'all said it's a 4 out of 7. It's a little mid. And then you do have some favorites here that are voting. It's lit.
So 50% of y'all are actually have style and taste. And you know what? Shout out to those of you that get it.
Biggie is dressed respectfully. You need to respect the people around you, Gifdead.
Respectfully, y'all can go fuck yourselves. All right.
All right, I'll get another poll up there shortly. Thank you guys for joining in on NFT Live. You're bringing me energy, man. I thought this episode was gonna suck ass. I do potentially have COVID
because you missed us.
Yeah, I missed all of you.
You can say
it. Just J-Yacht saying those are actually leggings. We might have to redo the poll so that it says the right thing.
To wear pants that fit, especially when you're quadded up. Sometimes,
oh my God,
sometimes they're not
live on national television.
Okay. Sometimes they're not just loose and baggy. What do you want me to be sagging? Is that cool? You think style is sagging now? I mean, I guess Virgil Abloh was kind of sort of bringing back that whole thing.
All right, I'm gonna do some lightning rounds on some topics here to potentially bring us back, if that's even possible. The Beeple event happened over the weekend. I'm actually gonna just search on X here and look at everybody's posts, essentially. Like, that's basically how we're gonna get this one done. You know, Choina, I believe. I'm trying to wrap my mind around other folks who are in our network that went. I'm sure there's a lot that I won't mention, of course, but Choina, I know, went to this event in Charleston, South Carolina, said it was great. That was the predominant feeling around the industry, that this actually was an extremely successful event. People did a great job. You see Thread Guy, of course. You can't have an event without Thread Guy. You can't have an event. If an event happens in the forest and Thread Guy didn't attend, did it actually happen?
Is that the new standard for events? I guess.
But this is what happened over the weekend. Anybody's takes on the Beeple event, let me know. Gif, what were your thoughts? This happened again on Saturday, I believe.
I was very, very passively following this. This is the most I've actually seen, but to your point, it all seems very positive. It seems like it was a great event, and the people that went had a great time. I mean, I saw some videos and photos of people that were just like freaking out, like having an amazing time. So, dude, one of the primary use cases, we also got into this. One of the primary use cases for technology is entertainment and fun. We need more just fun shit, cool shit, culture. This seems like he's, Beeple's building his own fucking culture, or not his own. I mean, CryptoPunks is an existing culture, but he's creating his own scene right now, which is fucking awesome. It's awesome to see.
Marty's saying that tons of punks sold post Beeple, probably 15 to 20 punks were sold over the weekend.
Wow.
I'd like to bring up that price.
That's the Beeple effect, the Beeple bump right there. Speaking of bumps,
what the fuck's happening with Nakamigos? Have you sold your Naka yet?
No, I'm probably just gonna it's the floor's fucking tanked since they diluted the supply by another 20K fucking
Don't be
PFPs.
lazy.
Bruh. Look, it's probably just gonna sit in my cold storage for a couple years, and then maybe Nakamigos will be worth something again in the future. But I'm not gonna sell it at the floor right now for fucking like 0.2. Get the fuck out of here. My Naka is worth way more than that.
We had the playbook. We knew what would happen, and we didn't pull the trigger. That's my pushback here. we knew that.
Well, here's the thing, Q. I didn't expect them to pull a asinine bullshit move where they only have a 3-hour window for their fucking holders to claim. I thought I'd actually get a free cloak out of holding one. Yeah. Anyway, cloaks are back down to the mint price, or about there. Okay. Speaking of bumps, apparently there's a Beeple bump now on the punks, which is crazy. Have y'all been following this Taylor Swift bump? Holy shit. I'm just saying, like, there's famous people, and then there's like famous people.
I already have Taylor Swift ruining my Sunday night.
Yeah,
like
that's
football.
Let's not talk about it. But
masculinity that does not get invaded by pop culture, and then we have to see Taylor Swift's face every 30 seconds.
Yeah, you thought it was a safe space. It's not. That's what I'm saying, dude. She is famous at this point, bro. Like the impact that she's had on that man's career and the whole football team and the NFL now getting women, it's crazy. So like, let's not talk about it, but holy shit.
Jay saying you're the one putting in the real work, Gif, making scene with your pants at events. Can we stop talking about Beeple? I like it. I like the take.
I am being thoroughly trolled and flamed today.
All right, breaking news here that happened about 2 hours ago. So Gif, you guys attended a proof event there out in LA while Biggie was there. You said you were getting rumblings of this from just the people that were there, and then we actually got the announcement from Cairo here on Discord early this morning saying that they had decided to reduce the team to adapt to the current market. I think Moonbirds has been doing a fantastic job. I think Proof has as well with Foundry and a lot of what they're doing. I don't think it's like this end of the world situation, but let me know. What do you think?
Dude, they're reducing their team to 22, which means that their team was around 30, 40 people or something in a bear market. That is a big, for a Web3 startup without a lot of incoming revenue, to be holding down a team of that size in this market. That's a big team. So even keeping 22 people on staff right now in this market, is actually to me it's actually bullish, seeing everything that they're doing and that they still have a team that they of that many people. So it sucks. It sucks for the people that get let go. Actually, again, I said I have a close friend here in LA that just got let go the other day too. Tech is still downsizing. We're not out of the woods in terms of the economy. Might be getting worse. So there's still layoffs happening, but the fact is they have a legit team, legit products, legit communities, cool art. They have a real direction and a vision for where they're going for the most part. I think I'm starting to get indoctrinated a little bit and learn more about the proof community, and shout out the Moonbirds. So I'm learning a little bit more, talking with some of the insiders yesterday at Foundry about some of the concerns and the tough spots around proof versus the Moonbirds community. Where do they overlap? Where do they separate? So they're still trying to figure some of that out, but they do have a clear vision, at least for the most part, about being the art collectors PFP, being more art focused, providing products in that realm. And there's just not that many legit teams that have resources, that have a team, that are still building, doing cool shit. And just the vibe of the community is, in my experience so far, very positive. Like very smart people, nice, high quality people in that community. So obviously it sucks. Anytime that you have to downsize and let people go, it's not fun, but they're consolidating. They still have a team of 22 people working in this market. They're not going anywhere. They're just trying to figure out how to keep moving and sustain. So that's what I take away from it. And I actually think it's bullish, because here's the thing about business that I know, at least from my experience. It is way more beneficial to everybody involved, even the people that get let go. It is way more beneficial to your company to make these types of decisions quickly, to not be spending the next year or two keeping on people that you shouldn't keep. It's not good for them. It's not good for the business. It's not good for you. So to cut and move forward and make pivots, and in business, it's actually way better to make these decisions quickly and pivot as you need to, and not just sort of stick to a broken mode of operating.
100% agree. Proof Collective down. I don't know if you could say off the news what the deal is, but it's down about 20%. They're sitting at a 3.5 floor price. I got a couple other things while we're on the topic of proof and just the art scene in general. Roger Dickerman does a great breakdown of the art scene in the Web3 art scene, if you want to call it that, over the last 28 hours. You can see Squiggles, it looks like, had some sales there up to 74 ETH in volume. Unique buyers. So Rafiq Anadol there, Winzy Yawanawa, 5-day reveal for that reveal beginning October 9th. Collection sees 35 sales surge for 220 ETH.
Yeah, I'm going to try and pull this up to see if we can see some revealed art.
Dude, speaking of Winzy Yawanawa, Rafiq was the one that got us first, at least talking about it here on the channel, of the Sphere. Did you see the fucking videos coming out of the Sphere live events?
Yeah, it's
so cool.
It's the future of live events for sure, what they're doing, and just digital displays, and it's interesting because this gets me wanting to talk a little bit more too about one of the primary topics of this morning's GM Web3, which was Meta and their headsets, the metaverse narrative coming back again. Where do I want to? Okay, first of all, look, on the Sphere front, if you haven't seen these videos, check them out. It's really cool to see what not only they're able to do with the outside of this giant fucking monolithic Sphere event location, but now inside it, the way that they're applying visuals, and able to create these massive walls and immersion like you've never seen. I mean, this is next level immersive environments and experiences. And when you tie that in with live music, I mean, holy shit, it's got to be absolutely insane to be in that. So yes, check that out if you haven't seen it. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more coming out of that. Go ahead.
No. This is the one piece I think that's been going viral. So you can see the switch, and then as it starts to move, this is that piece that's been going viral behind you too.
Yeah, it's the type of shit that gives you goosebumps even not being there. So if you can imagine being there, how insane this would be with
Oh
you
my
two
God.
singing, singing that shit live. It's got to be insanity. And this is just the beginning of a crazy future. And then, you have Mark Zuckerberg going on the Lex Fridman podcast and doing an entire podcast in the metaverse using these new goggles and this crazy new tech where you can basically create, what's basically your Bitmoji, but in 3D hyper realistic, photorealistic, in 3D environment, and you can literally be like, like Q and I were sitting here talking to each other from across the country, but we could be literally feeling like we're sitting right next to each other, and you see the potential for that. And then you get into the whole Ray-Bans and the augments, so maybe we'll get into that, but I don't know, man. I have to say I'm surprised I'm surprised at how quickly Zuckerberg picked up the metaverse mantle again, given how negative the feedback and like the pressure from, the business side of him to just drop all that, cut his losses and step away. But he's like, he's kind of, to me, starting to come out again and say like, this is going to happen. Like, it's happening. This is tech. Like, we're not just going to run away from the metaverse. Yes, we'll pivot and like improve our approach and whatever, but this is the future. So
yeah, we use the first on the beach gets shot metaphor a lot. My dude was the first over the side, like literally the first on the beach. He got lit up. And to your point, he's, kind of just saying, screw that. The worst is probably over. Let's move into it.
Well, and what we were saying too, at the time I was saying, look, he's 5 to 10 years ahead on this. So to your point, he's early, and you get shot when other people can't see the vision. But all of that investment that he's made into NFTs, into Web3, into blockchain, into metaverse, it is going to pay off. Like, at some point, there's going to be trillions of dollars in the quote. Like, what I really love the most, I'll say this. And again, like, I have concerns about Facebook, et cetera. I am not washing away the sins of Facebook and the misinformation. Like, that's kind of a whole separate topic that we can get into. Maybe we'll get Alex Damsker on the show that we can dig into Section 230 and all the things around being a media publisher versus not. That's a whole other conversation around abusing, your ability to basically not have accountability for the content on your platform. Okay, there's all of that, all the problems with all of that. But one of the things that I actually really took away from and loved about the conversation that Zuck had with Lex Fridman is the way that he started to sort of pivot and reposition the metaverse narrative as like, look, there's not two different worlds at this point. We don't exist in two different worlds where it's like, hey, I am in the meat space, in the physical reality for 8 hours of my day, and then I leave the meat space and I go into a digital VR reality where I'm just a digital human for 8 hours of the day. No, there is one reality that is mediated by technology now, and increasingly so. It is this technological / physical reality that we are moving into. And so that was what I really liked, is how he started to explain, like, look, this is the reality. There's one reality, and technology is just part of it at this point. So it's not like, hey, there's this weird metaverse thing. It's like, no, you're living in a technologically mediated reality already. It's how do we actually implement that and apply it into unique, valuable use cases that make our lives better, that make us able to connect with people in different ways, learn in different ways, use digital objects in cool different ways to improve our lives. So anyway, I really liked how he started to explain and sort of pivot the positioning or the narrative of the metaverse. Is like, look, there's just one reality. It's not this weird digital video game world that's separate from us. We're just living in a technologically mediated world at this point.
Yeah. Look, I think you're hitting on it. I think a lot of people are waxing poetic and like to have, big diatribes on, the reason why, this is all going to be successful. It's like, look, man, there's so little mediums to do this right now for the majority of people, yet more people are moving into this digital reality every day. And it's tough because like we say that
we're
enough
already
where I'm just like,
there.
damn.
That's his argument, is we're already there. Like, how much time are you spending on devices every day? We're sitting here talking to each other through fucking screens, on a screen in front of other people's screens, dude. Like, we are already there. And I think that's what he's really saying, is like,
for sure,
just look around and understand that, like, it's here. And so we're just trying to figure out how do we move forward.
All right, I'm going to put us back a little bit on track here with the news that has been breaking over the last couple hours. I appreciate y'all joining us today. This is the most active the chat's been in a while. We've again been away for 5 to 6 days, so it's good to see everybody's friendly PFPs there. DP, you need a PFP, man. I see everybody else, I think, but DP, man. Come on, get to it. All right, I'm going to get us into the news pieces.
Do you want to knock
here.
amigo?
Oh God, yeah, OTC on stream right now. Look, we've been covering Velocity Pass here for a little while. It looks like it's continuing its run here up to like 2 ETH. Let's see where it's sitting right now. Yeah, 1.8 ETH. So very volatile here. This is essentially like a mint pass, right? To mint different art pieces, specifically from Snowfro. So this thing is basically running on that narrative here at 1.8 currently. Top bids at 1.6. But yeah, I mean, we've been talking about Velocity Pass when it was at about around an ETH. I think Marty was talking about it a little bit sooner there. So shout out to him for that call. I'm not buying a Velocity Pass at 1.8. You know, I'm interested in that Dmitry Cherniak edition, that limited edition. I think it was 962 ringer. I'm definitely interested in that one, but not spending 1.5 on a Velocity Pass, although I'll probably rue the day.
Yeah, the Mint Pass thing I think is very interesting as a whole meta that's picking up. And this is obviously one of those. I actually think that this is probably one of the better bets, because there's a lot of different Mint Passes out there. Most of them are probably kind of meh or not really worth it. I think Redbull is going to get legit artists and deliver some cool shit. So this is probably one of the better Mint Pass opportunities, I would say. Am I going to buy one? I don't know that I have 1.5 to buy one myself, but I would not be mad at having one. But Q, really what it's been making me think about is that if and when the Web3 network were to launch its own NFT, the Mint Pass, I think, could be a really cool thing. Because like, I get why we do it, but we have a lot of connectivity to super dope artists in the community. Like Jess has her own. Jess curates her own too. I think it's an awesome community thing to do. I feel like we have a lot of connectivity to cool artists, and there's probably ways that we could support doing some kind of Mint Pass experience. So anyway, it's more so gotten me think about, like, what would that look like if we were to do something like that?
And see what you all getting into today? Live ideation here on stage.
Let us know what you think. I think
live ideation.
I like the Mint Pass model as something that's just a cool way to build community. If you can actually get good artists to drop cool stuff with you.
Marty's kind of fudding Snowfro over here. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it feels like Snowfro's been getting his time in the sun here since Marfa and all of these different pieces. I think starting with Hearts and Crafts, right? Or Heart and Craft, definitely. All right. This occurred, I believe these guys came out of stealth mode here on September 27th. So later last week, we were mentioning on the timing of launching a product that allows you to short NFTs, right? Make money when an NFT price floor goes down and a collection goes down. Launching that at the hopefully the near end of the bear market is definitely the timing is interesting. But yeah, particle.trade, I would love to have the founders actually on the channel because again, when you get into the financialization piece here, you're going to get in the weeds pretty quick. But they're basically saying with this launch, Particle enables money making for NFTs of any collection and short and profit from NFT price drops. You essentially kind of have a lending feature here too, right? You can earn potential rewards. I believe it's an ETH for shorting or for lending out your NFTs?
Let's pull up the list of NFTs that they're offering and get people's take on this, because we want to know of the NFT projects that are on Particle. Here we go. Which of these are you shorting right now? Azuki, Pudgy, The Gods, Moonbirds, Doodles, Beans, Sproto Gremlins for some reason, Valhalla for some reason, Other Deeds. Which are you shorting? I would probably be shorting Sproto Gremlins and Valhalla, just right off the jump here. Maybe Pudgies though, because
Other
here's
Deeds?
okay. Can I let me jump into one of the things that I heard, because I brought up Pudgies earlier and I didn't really get to the thing that I wanted to say because we were talking about Friend Tech or trying to wrap up that combo. Here's something that I heard from a insider who tends to know more about these things than I do. Apparently, like, I didn't know this because I'm not in the whale chats for Pudgies. So this is probably one of those things that you're like, duh, like it's probably super obvious to a lot of people. But other than just covering the news and sort of the headlines and the drama and things with Pudgy Penguins, like, I'm not deep into that community. I don't hold one. I'm not in their Discord. I'm not in the whale chats. But what I've heard, and again, hopefully this isn't just nonsense.
Get to it, bud.
I've heard that a lot of the price floor right now on this too is also driven by people expecting a token drop. So apparently there's been like a lot of whale promises about Pudgies dropping a token. And so a lot of people thinking like, okay, well, if they don't, or what happens after they do, is this floor price for Pudgies also artificially inflated like many others have been? And then what happens after token drop or whatever? So that kind of changes how I look at it a little bit in terms of their price, because if it's largely just driven by also speculation on tokens, then it just changes a little bit.
All right. Quantum Variant saying get a dead ringer. Jessica J Yacht saying Halloween soundtrack vibes on a couple of our last ones. Marty's giving some props to Velocity Pass, and Prodigy is coming through with his first estimation here, his first prediction. Other Deeds and The Gods would be the one that he shorts. Look, personal anecdote, a lot of people on Friend Tech, obviously it's connected to your Twitter. I see a ton of Pudgy Penguins. Like, I think their community has a good amount of folks who are also interested in that financial piece there, as opposed to a Moonbirds that is trying to curate more artist focused collectors. So I could 100% see it. I think it would be in the short term a really great move, because they have the kind of highlight and spotlight on them from the Walmart stuff. But it's just tough for me to look at a NFT project and say, hey, look at this project because it's gone extremely well.
Yeah.
What project? Name one token that's associated with an NFT.
I think Ape is doing pretty well.
No,
I know it's down right now.
Nope. Can't name it. It's down 90%, dude. 95%.
From its initial drop or from its run up? I mean, look, it touched a crazy number, but like, I don't really know that's like, to me, that's a fugazi. Like, that's not real value. It just spiked and then it dropped back down, and it's been coming back down to like reality. So I don't know that you should measure against that.
That's a fair point. Measuring versus all-time highs.
Yeah, we always measure against all-time highs, and I don't know. Like, to me, it's an outlier, right? It's like, I don't know that you should really be factoring.
Okay, so cut it in half. Cut that in half, right? Drop that by 50%, and you're still down. More than,
everything's down right now. But okay, it's fair. You don't feel like Ape right now is performing. That's fair. So yeah, maybe there's not a lot of examples, and you're right. I won't disagree. I did want to bring up here though, it is interesting that they have Other Deeds on here and they don't have Apes.
Yeah, this is why I'd like to have the team on. I need to jump into the actual data, like how many people are using this product right now. Because if you have the ability to short a project, what you eventually get over time, I think, is as more products are rolled out to the community, you get a more stable price, right? Because you can short and you can obviously long. You can obviously those tools exist already to have some leverage on the buy side. But the sell piece here, the shorting piece, is something I'd love to talk through with the team. All right, last answers in here as well. I'd love to get everybody's take. Leave a one-word answer here for which you would be dropping. It's tough for me to say I'll short other deeds in the run up to the launch for the other side. Again, timelines obviously work, but the supply is so high.
Yeah.
That's what pushes me there. I would, if you held a gun to my head, I'm shorting DeGods.
Interesting. All right. TP saying short it all. 95% of NFTs have been proven worthless. Yep. Easy saying, honestly, never liked pudgies. All right.
I don't think we've seen a major sell-off with DeGods yet, have we? Like, how big is the sell-off?
Because they had a pretty sizable sell-off, and it's not that they couldn't go. Dude, we covered the whole season 3 sort of craziness, and there was
how much did it go down?
There was a pretty sizable sell-off.
Okay, we might need a bit. I hate that they don't have like monthly sales on Blur. I guess we can go to OpenSea.
Nick Swerve is saying short Top Shot. Marty, of course, saying all of it. Easy saying so many projects get no attention, like Subducks. They've been doing activities. I picked up a Subduck. yeah. Have they though?
All right. What was I? I'm brain fogged here. What am I looking for? DeGods.
Yeah. That Rona's a bitch.
Had to do it. All right. So we're talking the last 90 days. Let's go 3 months. Let's see its fall. Because you're right. We did cover season 3, and it was really shitty. And thank you, OpenSea, for ruining this segment.
It wasn't great. There was a lot of confusion, not a lot of conviction.
Just do anything right. Jesus Christ.
Let me see if I can do better. If it's just OpenSea's shitting the bed right now. All right, I got something. I got it, Q.
Right, throw it up there.
Here we go.
Yeah, it's tough for me to short Sproto. I don't know enough about it. All right, where were we at? 30 days or 90 days. We were at a
above
floor
10.
Price of
got up above 10.
9 to 3. Yeah. Then I probably wouldn't. I thought we were looking at like a 7 to 8. Because a lot of these have had major sell-offs. Yeah. Anyways, drop the last prediction there. Gif, what would you be shorting? What was your answer?
I said Sproto and Valhalla just as like immediate gut reactions to this list.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also said maybe Pudgies. That's what got me into the Pudgy thing. Like,
gotcha.
because Pudgy is one of the ones that hasn't really seen that big sell off of the big, like, expensive, maybe overvalued, slightly overvalued PFPs. Pudgy maybe do. It might also run. None of this is financial advice, but this new particle app of being platform, I'm definitely excited to dig more into it because I want to know how this works exactly. How does the market work? How does the derivative that you're trading link back to the actual NFT floors? Like, I don't understand. Like, are there short squeezes too? Like, how is if there's a bunch of sell pressure? Like today we saw a bump in Bitcoin and ETH price. A lot of people think part of that's because $100 million of Bitcoin shorts got liquidated on. Does that have a similar effect to the NFTs here? Like if a ton of people are shorting Azukis and then they don't fucking crumble below a certain level, does the floor fucking spike? How would that work? I doubt. Yo, that's crazy. That's my fucking ape that I sold.
Is that your ape?
That was my ape. That's fucking. Oh my
hilarious.
God. Yes,
You're the supplier. All right, so the general workflow here, it says supplier lends on 2 ETH margin. They instantly okay, so there's a sell 30 ETH, and then you're buying back. The buy side at 25, you would profit 5 ETH. If you buy it, you're obviously going to lose that, but you have the interest for supplying. So apparently there's some interest gained as well. So yeah, we're in the weeds pretty heavy, but yeah, launch this in late 2022 for me, fellas. That would have been nice. All right.
Hey, shout out to Yez, my beloved missed ape of over like 2 years. Miss you.
Pepe pumps, man. Pepe had a little pumpage.
Is it? Yo, I mean, I saw it was starting to do a little bit of action, like positive action. Where's it at? What are we looking
I think
like?
it's up like 25% in the last 7 days. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, you're not generational wealth yet. All right. Raja from Mastercard here. So the CMO of Mastercard basically coming out and saying, today we dropped a free multi-sensory music pass NFT that unlocks our Web3 music program, the Mastercard Artist Accelerator. With it, artists and fans can learn how to utilize AI tools as part of their creative process using tech from Warp Sound. So it's pretty big news. I mean, that's one of the larger.
Is that a Warp Sound announcement?
That's a Warp Sound announcement.
We love a Warp Sound announcement. Oh yeah, well, Mastercard's been doing this artist platform launchpad thing. I signed up for it. I didn't mint any. I kind of fucked that up. I was like, I know I should fucking.
You know who I didn't? So we all go through this, but the laziness of like not doing something. I didn't do that Adidas piece. That Adidas into the metaverse. Like I didn't remember the warning that we gave out. They just made a pretty dope announcement. Hold on.
Wait, you had one that you didn't convert or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, I was like, this is wrecked.
I didn't get my cloak either. So yeah, we're fucking taking L's left and right up here, just not taking our own advice, not doing. All right, we got alts.
So the alts are what you would trade, I believe, the into the metaverse into. So yeah, there looks like there's a digiphysical piece here that might be at play with alts and Adidas. That wasn't really the story I wanted to cover. I was just kind of piggybacking on getting wrecked. A couple different ones that I've got here to wrap up the episode. I'm going to get into parallel as well for y'all. Boss Beauty is coming out with an announcement saying they acquired My BFF. Boss Beauties and BFF have been on a shared mission, making Web3 more inclusive and accessible to everyone, especially women and girls. Together, we're going to supercharge our efforts and bring in the next wave of 1 million incredible women and girls into Web3. So this is the first time hearing from Boss Beauties in what feels like a full calendar year. That's kind of why I wanted to bring it up.
Well, also the My BFF. I've been wondering, like, what happened to them? They are definitely one of those teams that I bought like the used by BFF. I bought one of the bracelets or two because Jess was super bullish on them, and I saw a lot of they had a cool team, and they seemed to be very active for a while. And it seems like they're one of those teams that kind of just like went super quiet and disappeared when the market really tanked. Maybe I'm mistaken, and maybe they've been busy, but it seems like they were just trying to get an exit. It does look like in the last couple days, in the last day or two, that there's a little bit of a pump happening on the BFF bracelets. Not much, but it looks like a little bit of action. So that's good.
That was about the last one that I had when it came to like the breaking news pieces. Again,
well, we got one. I got one more.
Yeah, what do you got?
Quick one. This is actually, I think, pretty interesting to watch. First of all, here's the BFF friendship bracelets. If you want to see a little bit of an uptick there for get some action. But no, the other breaking news here: Honda coming out with a big ol' announcement. Automobile giant Honda now accepts Bitcoin and Ethereum as payment methods. I mean, Honda has so many products globally, worldwide, that they make. And what's crazy too is that this FCF Pay that they've partnered with to do this, it says here, accepted currencies are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Coin, XRP, Doge, Shiba Inu, many more. I saw in another announcement that included some of the many more that Pepe Coin was in there too. So they might be accepting fucking meme coins for cars.
All right, so they don't physically accept it. They like make the transition. Yeah, they make the transfer, the conversion on the back end. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
If I can buy a fucking lawnmower with my Pepe bags, go fucking mow some lawns because I need a job. Like, perfect.
Lawnmower, huh? That's up there.
Throwback, dude. Whatever I can do, bro.
All right. This is my last piece, guys. We've been, obviously getting into the gaming scene. We've been live streaming the games, Rec League, Parallel, a lot of these games. We do have Play Shrapnel on later this week as well. So I keep on Play Shrapnel because that's their tag, but it's actually just Shrapnel, of course.
Yeah.
But they're one of the big projects out there doing it. Rec League actually went super well. The leaderboard tournament finished up. You actually got a certain a actual box if you placed well. Was able to get like top 150 there.
Nice.
But this is a cool piece here. We've been simping for Parallel since time immemorial, but season 3 is out. A lot of really cool updates here. The main thing, and I think I actually have the wrong post that actually breaks it down, but really what's happening is they have a new season that starts in October for the entire month. You actually play the ranked leaderboard. You earn experience by winning and losing games, and you actually get, if you own the premium package, which costs about $20 US. They have credit card payments. They also have it to pay in Prime. And you actually earn different things in the game, including a first edition and a special edition NFT. I believe this is the one, actually. Muriel, the Ghost of Mars, only can be earned in this month of October. That's the only time this specific card will be minted. And if you get to different milestones, you actually get entered into a raffle for like the legendary version of these cards, right?
So what do I have to do, Q, to get in on this? What do I just play?
So you play, but you also have to buy the premium pass. Okay, again, I think this is the last story on today's list, so we can dive a little bit deep. But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. I don't want to like hold y'all here if you don't want to hear parallel deep dives. But yeah, we're gonna ask any questions while we're here. I will get to the right post for you, GIF, and we can kind of go through that. So what was the original question?
Oh, like what? I think you answered it. You just have to get in on like the sort of the Game Pass, whatever this new premium pass is, to participate in this. But it's a really cool mechanic to have like these limited time NFT character cards. That's a pretty cool thing that I hadn't really thought about them doing yet, but totally makes sense. And they just seem to be pulling all the different cool levers. Checking in on the avatars, I still don't have one. I saw Saigo.
Oh, those are going down.
Saigo picked one up. Are they? Am I maybe going to get an opportunity here? All right, still holding around 0.2 ETH.
I think I bought mine at like 0.26.
All right, cool. Some good price action for me.
Cool. All right, here's the update. The blog post here for season 3. I'll just TLDR it. The premium track within the battle pass, that's what they're calling that months long kind of piece, goes live October 1st, starting with season 3. The rewards within the battle pass are expanding to include battle pass exclusive cosmetics, tournament entries, and a new card. So that's what we just mentioned. If you have the premium track, again, $20 USD, and you play the game up to a certain point, you get different cosmetics, you get tournament entries to win Prime, and you get a new edition card. You can upgrade your apparition cosmetic items to their Prime variant. That's kind of in the weeds. So there's a little bit of the rewards, right? So you get potential card backs, card frames, a new card, and potential skins that are only available during this window when you play the battle pass. There is a free track, which they mention here, so you don't need to, again, buy the premium pack. You could play this. You will be able to unlock a variety of items primarily focused on player progression. Those include apparition packs, so the non-NFT cards, ethereal shards, and fragments, basically like the in-game currency. The newly featured playable card, an exclusive Paragon skin, Glint, which is another currency in the game, and an exclusive card frame. So there's a free and a premium pack here. There's bonus levels, I guess, as well. So that's basically what you have to do. So GIF, you have to play the game. You have to get past level 30. You have to go above that. And then, continuously, you basically have to reach the final goalpost, and you'll get entrance into all of these, and you have earned everything.
Yeah, I gotta play a lot. I gotta get back into it. I was just really hating watching myself just sink in the rankings using Shroud. So I don't know. I need to get back in, dig deeper, and find it in myself too. Because this is the thing is like with these card games and things like this is that they're really deep, and so it actually like requires quite a bit of time and attention. Like Rec League, I feel like is one of those where it's like, okay, once you kind of get in, you play it a little bit, you figure it out. There's not that much more of a learning curve. It's not as steep. Something like Parallel, the learning curve is very, very steep on that because each of the different characters interacts with other characters in different ways, and each of the different factions counters each other different. It's like there's just a lot to understand and dig into there. So it requires a lot of intention and focus and time. But I do love it, and I need to get back into it.
I'm trying to bring up the platform now, so if I'm laggy, let me know. Gif, the point that you just made, I will turn towards and put a spotlight on Yuga. I have not been happy with a lot of their games other than Dookie Dash that are fun. And Legends of the Mara is taking basically what Heavy Metal is doing, making it a little bit more fun, not as everyday grind, but you look at what's happening on your timeline, because I didn't get a chance to play. I've been basically home for about 24 hours, so I didn't obviously get a chance to play while I was out in El Paso. But dude, you look at that stuff, and there's spreadsheets being made, and there's like definite like math equations that are going into the fragments, and it's just like, bro, like I get it, but it's just not it. And I will say, you got fucked up Heavy Metal really bad. Legends of the Mars seems to be a little bit better on the sentiment, but they're not good games. They're not.
They're still leaning a little bit too heavy into the like sort of obscure grind work math and not quite enough on the just accessible fun play of it, right? And I've seen quite a few people starting to come out and just be like, look, if you're trying to get more people in to play a game with you, like this is not it. Like whenever, like let's like take just a simple version of games like a card game or a board game. Nobody wants to actually read the fucking instructions. Nobody, they just want their friend to give them a quick TLDR in 2 minutes. Be like, here's what you need to know, blah, 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 do this. And you get the rules of the game, and then you fucking play and you have a good time. And anything that struggles to like take more than a couple minutes to explain, it's going to be such an uphill battle to try and get people in. And Parallel is an interesting case there too. Like I'm kind of on the edge with that one where it's like, I really like it. I love how deep it is, but it is very time consuming to get in and I think really get it. And so like that one's kind of, it's almost in that complexity chasm too much, but I think they are pulling enough levers and there's enough other examples of card games like Magic the Gathering that there's enough people that get that. What Yuga's doing is so new and so different and hard to get a handle on that I think it's a real struggle and challenge.
Yeah, I agree with all those takes, man. And hopefully Yuga can figure it out. And I think the other side trips allow for something else that's not as like deep in the weeds. That's going to actually happen during A-Fest, by the way. We get our next trip. This is another thing, another tool. If you're interested, I can drop you guys. They will be in the description post-episode. But this is something I needed as a person that's not in the weeds on the game. I'm not a hardcore trading card player. I'm pretty good at the game. I'm not like, just like a professional. So having these meta tier lists where you can actually go in and see the different cards that you need for the different decks that are being played, this was such a big thing for me. So there's a couple different tools I can put in. Prime Pulls is another one, which allows you to see what cards that you currently own that are NFTs. And then this meta tier list really helped me out. So hopefully that can help y'all out as well. All right. I did try. Yeah, it's not going to download while we're live. Apparently there's a small update. So, all right. That's it for me, man. This has been a good episode. We went a little bit over time. But it felt like it went pretty fast. So we hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be hopefully better and a little bit more active next episode. But you guys tuning in makes all the difference. We have a rehash coming out in the next hour or two. I would say the next like 2 hours, and then we post them here on YouTube as well. If you're not able to catch the live episode, we take all of what we talked about and kind of put it in a little 9 to 10 minute curated video for y'all. So hopefully you enjoyed it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Thanks for doing the show. Even though you're not feeling well, smash the like for this, man. He's back and he's doing it even though he's not feeling great. What we got a look. Oh snap, Kagi talking with Luca. That's freaking dope. Let's go. Shout out Kagi, one of our favorite co-hosts and contributors, getting a big interview. That's breaking. And yeah, the rehash coming soon. We do those daily top 10 stories in 10 minutes or in a tight knit thread on X. And I'll throw out one last local news piece before we wrap today. I'm going to be talking more about this soon, but teasing that I'm working on my own first generative art collection. And I'm excited about it. So look out for more info.
The tease of the century there. So like we're ending with some local news. Kevin saying, love you guys in the effort, but this is getting silly. Bunch of make-em-ups trying to win in the bear. Presumably talking about the different projects that we kind of bring up on this episode. I mean, pudgies were something that we talked about, years ago. And not years ago, but maybe like a year ago. I wasn't in the project originally when they had Cole Ethereum kind of running the ship. But that's the idea, is like we talk about Oniforce. And I think Oniforce actually had a really good post recently, or at least an update. But that's what we're doing. Like, not all of them are going to hit. But the reason we talk about Oni and the reason we bring up Pudgy Penguin 6 months ago when Cole was like really making some waves, Luca was really making some waves, is because some of them do turn out. Some of them do turn out to be really cool projects and are doing some cool things.
I mean, it's fun whenever you see the sort of meme about the news headlines that the internet's a fad start to pop up again. Look, the internet bubble was a whole thing too, when the vast majority, 95% of those businesses didn't make it, but then there's Amazon. You know what I mean? So there are cool things that are going to come out of the space. We already know a lot of them are failures. And look, Kevin, the Tac Daddy, we appreciate you being here and your feedback. Sounds like you prefer just the top 3 stories. And for that, I would say just look at the top 3. Watch the first 3 minutes of the video and switch to something else. We got you covered, man. We got the top 3 and the top 10. So I feel like, yeah.
My man's got his Puma mellows too. We didn't even get to the Gutter Cat gang piece. All right, we'll end here as we do sometimes, talking about Oniforce. And suddenly the portal to infinite realms powered itself on, beckoning all who dared to call themselves a hero to step up and into the adventure. Oh God, are we getting to Oni? Look, right when we talked about real products, hopefully this isn't like a metaverse announcement that people are going to fade us on. But Oni is doing some really cool things. The point system has been at least it's been working. So I've been getting my points.
I feel like maybe this is just an allusion to what's going on with the Fortnite map.
Maybe.
Are they teasing a metaverse? Because I would think it's just the Fortnite stuff coming. But that's another nice trailer. The art's always fucking phenomenal. Reminds me also, I've been getting into One Piece on Amazon, the live action One Piece, which is actually pretty good. I mean, having never watched the animated show, I don't have a lot of context for it, but I'm enjoying it. So there you go.
All right. Huge shout out to everybody that showed out today, but a special recognition for those that took part in our only poll of the day. That is the Gifdead Pants poll. 50% of which said, WTF, got to figure it out.
50% of y'all know what's up.
You know what? We're going to have to decide this fully tomorrow when BiggiePoppins is on the show. He saw it in person. He's going to be the only one that will know what these look like in person. So, all right, folks, that's it for me. Gifdead, let's take it out, man. I appreciate y'all again. I hope to be over COVID by tomorrow. Look out for the rehash. Love y'all. OVOT.
Yes, OVOT, y'all. We'll be back tomorrow. Look out for the rehash. I think you already said all that. So that's it. Big love.